Hey guys, this is Zonal Fear. Today I'm going to be bringing you some gameplay commentary of a couple of other games that I'm playing right now. Usually I upload Battlefield gameplay commentaries, however I've been playing a couple of other games recently and I would like to have a chat about them. The first of the two games I'm going to be showing you today is Tribes Ascend. Tribes Ascend is a free-to-play shooter that is actually really good. I'm enjoying this immensely right now. It's very fast, it's very skill based, and it kind of has some elements of other games like Battlefield which I quite enjoy. The game does have vehicles, but it doesn't place much of an emphasis on them, even in Capture the Flag, which I'm playing here. But the game as a whole sort of goes back to the days of Unreal Tournament, where the gameplay is quick, you have to be accurate with the weapons, and it rewards skill rather than sort of auto aiming, laser guns from half a mile off that we're seeing quite a lot these days in modern first person shooters. Tribes Ascend is free to play, which means that you don't have to pay a single penny to actually play it, and it comes highly recommended. The game mode that I'm playing here is Capture the Flag, and I am playing it for the Diamond Sword. There are a lot of different classes on Tribes Ascend, ranging from the Pathfinder, which is your typical sort of flag capping class, to Doombringers, who sit on the flag stand and prevent enemies taking the flag to try and capture it. Doombringers are very, they're armed to the teeth, they're very strong. If your team has a Doombringer on the flag stand, it's going to be very difficult for the opposing team to actually get someone to go in quick enough to get the flag off your stand. Whereas Pathfinders are more of your sort of light class. They're very, very fast, they don't have as much health as some of the other classes, but this is a class that you use for capping flags. Tribes Ascend has quite a few maps out for it now, and considering that the game itself is free to play, you guys really have no excuse to at least give it a check out. One of the things I will say about Tribes Ascend is that it requires a decent PC to really sort of play at any detail level above low, so do check the specs of the game before you download. But because the game's free, you can always download it anyway and see how it runs on your computer, and hopefully you'll find that you actually really like it and play the game. It's a very good game, and one that I'm fairly impressed by since I started playing it ages ago. I played it during the beta, but I didn't really sort of get into it until quite recently. But this is one of the games I really recommend, that if you're looking for a little something else aside from Battlefield, that you go check out this. The emphasis is very much on team effort as well as skill when you shoot, and for me this game itself is actually right up my street. It's highly recommended, and as it's free to play, it is definitely a game that I think you guys should check out. One of the things also is, with Tribes Ascend, free to play doesn't mean, unlike other games, pay to win. All of the in-game items are available through XP purchases which you earn throughout matches anyway. So disregard that notion of, oh no, it's free to play. Tribes Ascend is actually really good in the fact that all items are unlockable with XP, so you don't have to put money in to actually get better weapons. Have to put a bit of playtime in, but just because someone spends money on weapons and equipment and so forth doesn't mean they have an advantage over you. You can also unlock these weapons without spending a single penny through normal gameplay. Second up is Mass Effect 3's multiplayer game mode, which this particular game that I'm playing is from the new Earth DLC, the Earth multiplayer DLC, which has 3 maps from Earth rather than sort of other places from the Mass Effect universe. It also comes with quite a few new characters, a new character for each class. The class that I'm playing here is the Vanguard, is the N7 Slayer, and the class itself is a phenomenal class. It is incredibly powerful. I've played Vanguard quite a lot throughout my time playing Mass Effect 3's multiplayer, and without a doubt the N7 Slayer in the Vanguard class is probably the strongest sort of member of the class that you can pick. The biotic slash is incredibly damaging. I started playing Mass Effect 3's multiplayer when the game itself actually came out, and I've really enjoyed Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. While the single player I know left some people a little disappointed, the multiplayer is actually really good and has been helped by the fact that BioWare has regularly released free multiplayer DLC for the the game itself. I believe that so far there's been 3 multiplayer DLC packs, and each pack brings with it new weapons, new characters, new maps. And this is the way that, in my opinion, DLC should be done. By giving free maps to the community and free weapons and characters, they're basically extending the life of the online multiplayer game mode. And this is something that I'm very pleased with how they've done it. It's a very good thing to actually offer so much DLC free of charge. And it's got to the point where, should BioWare ever actually decide to charge for multiplayer DLC, which remains to be seen, I genuinely think at this point I would pay for it. I have spent a lot of time on Mass Effect 3's multiplayer game mode, and it has kept me occupied for a long number of hours. For those of you that haven't quite checked out Mass Effect 3 yet, by all means do check it out. They recently released the Extended Cut DLC as well, which is also free, which helps address some issues that people had with the ending. And also the multiplayer is really good fun. The multiplayer also had a recent addition to the difficulty called Platinum difficulty, which I've not really tried yet. This game here is on gold, so it's already quite hard. I've not given the Platinum difficulty a try yet, but that's something that's very much on my list to give a go. So if you've not checked out Mass Effect 3's multiplayer yet, do so. It is surprisingly good fun, and when you get a couple of friends together, all sort of working together with all the different class mix-ups such as adepts and engineers and so forth, the game really is awesome. It's very good multiplayer fun, and it has held a lot of my time since the game's release and since the demo actually came out. I had a quick go over Mass Effect 3's multiplayer during the demo, which was released just before the game came out, and it is still as fun to me now as it was way back then when I played the demo for the first time. Both of the games that I've sort of discussed a little bit about today highlight teamwork. These are both team orientated games where you have to work together or you'll get nowhere, and they're really good at what they do. Mass Effect 3 sort of close tight-knit squad system during the multiplayer works fantastically, as does Tribes Ascend's larger scale. These are 2 games that I think you should really check out because they are a lot of fun, especially if you're more into the sort of teamwork than the run and gun of say games like Call of Duty and so forth. I won't keep you guys too much longer, so I hope you've enjoyed the gameplay that I've shown and you do give Tribes Ascend and Mass Effect 3's multiplayer a go. I'd like to thank you all for watching and listening, and please let me know what you think in the comments. Would you like to see more Tribes Ascend and Mass Effect 3? Do let me know. Take it easy, guys.